Greetings, family. A little while ago, I think last year, I was asked to do some work with a group on decolonizing the mind, and it got me into looking at that word decolonization and, consulting with my elders and scholar activists around that word. And I came across some work which actually challenges the way that we use this term, decolonizing this, decolonizing that, decolonizing memory, decolonizing education, decolonizing psychology, decolonizing health, I don't know, decolonizing everything. And their argument was that, decolonization, I think it was an article by Tuck and Yang, okay, if you want to look it up. They're saying decolonization should not be used as a metaphor, okay? Shouldn't be used as a metaphor because decolonization really is about land, okay? And should only relate to land. But we do understand and we do know, which is probably why the term has taken off, that our minds have been captured through the Mangamizi, through the process of capture, enslavement, colonization, neocolonialism. That is the continuum of the Mangamizi. And so when we talk about decolonization, we mean well when we talk about it in non-land context. But the argument is that we should perhaps be using other terms when we talk about other things we need to do. So de-westernization, for example, of our minds. Some people might even say de-brainwashing of our minds. Some people might say unlearning and relearning, okay? Some people might even say indigenizing. And so when you think about that, you have to recognize that in losing our humanity through the enslavement process and losing our identity, one of the things that really cut us off from who we are was not knowing, no longer knowing our own language. Because living in Ghana here, there's a lot that's going to go over your head if you're in Africa. A lot goes over my head. And you think in a particular language, and words have different weights, different energies, different meanings. Some things are not translatable from one language to another because they are that particular to that language and how those people understand the word and the world, in fact. So I want to challenge everyone to think about where they're using this term, decolonization of this, that, and the other, and to be thinking about other terms that could replace that, and to recognize that actually language is key to our repair, because that replaces us contextually back into who we are, in how we think, how we see the world. And so, yes, it's one of the things that I'm going to commit to be doing, which is learning the language of my husband's family, which is Ga and Dangme. Although some people would argue that Twi is dominant here in Ghana, I can't be learning that first, because that's not my husband's first language, although he does speak it when he needs to. So just a little bit of food for thought on reclaiming our minds, reclaiming our consciousness, reclaiming our territory, be that physical, be that spiritual, be that intellectually, and so on. So let's start reclaiming and giving decolonization the respect it deserves in terms of its relationship to land and nothing else. Try and look for the article by Tuck and Yang if you can. It's very good reading. Have a good evening. Blessings.